I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this?
Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
Shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Eh? 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 Eh?
Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh? Eh?
Wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah. King. Right, I've seen that kid song before. No, we're actually so humble. Such a nonchalant, humble king, bro. Out in our normal clothes, back when we were in the trenches.
Come now.
Sheesh. When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise you'll return to resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not it at all. Only that as a captain of the royal guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Wow, the formality. Well, that is king of your station. I was with the knights, captain addressed the land's king. To be overfamiliar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces of the rank and file guard. That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels, and now only a year passed, I will regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince. It was through you I learned he yet lived, and in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported.
And so,
I never tire of the faces the younger guards make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. It brings back memories. Not only of my duel with Radanth, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like they were under Radanth's command. So to take the sword not for those in power, but for the people. And as a champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king.
well,
You do not make it easy sneaking out of the palace as you do, though I still suspect the soldiers getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just a king, but a ruler who stands beyond his people and hears their voices in declaring on truth.
I vow.
I will protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do so, Your Majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
There's still other people we can talk to, but do you want to go see Maria now? Let's go check out everyone. Hey. Oi, oi, you're Zimbabwe, haven't forgotten. You're the king now, ain't you? First time I saw you was the night before the royal funeral, if I recall. No offense, but you didn't look exactly like a prince. You'd think you'd go on to take the notorious Louis and seize the crown for yourself. Couldn't make up such a story if I tried. Well, speaking of wild stories, can't you do something about Sunshade Row? What's bothering you? Well, you know the rep of Sunshade Row has poor, dirty, but people still put food on the table here. Have been for a long time. You're a good bloke and I think you'll make a fine king, but don't think you can just spruce the place up a bit. That'll solve the problem. Doesn't mince words, but I'm glad he's being honest at least. You know, I kind of regret not talking to all the NPCs, because it would be really cool to like see them now, after everything. It's you. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? Ever since the new king's reign, matters have changed a great deal from the tribe's teachings. Oh yeah, we could listen to like all the people and their stories. I feel there's been more people who wish to learn of our teachings and culture. I wish I could say we were free to worship as we please, but that's a dream still among the clouds for the moment. And yet, being able to dream, it is itself a progress. It's satisfying for now that more people are open-minded like you. Oh, you're just chilling around here. Basilio and... Alright. Lanza. Why, hello, your majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your palladio duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists, and critics alike, your opening act has been rather too tumultuous, no? Can you stop using complex words? I didn't notice. Huh, how keenly an answer. Never missing an opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in a day's work for the royal adjutant of the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I made, I should hope.
Hey.
I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I'm doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm sure she would.
Yes.
I hope so. I was such a problem child. I'd like to make this a country where honest folk like my mother can be happy. That reminds me. You remember Daturan, my homeland's owner, told me to send you his regards. He since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You're the one who awakened his conscience. Makes sense, don't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country is doing well. There's nothing more to it. I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but this country has one that's you. I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nydia can walk around freely in our true forms. Now you're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? No, please, bruh. I seen Juna in her normal form. What up, dude? Your Majesty, what are you doing in this wretched sinkhole of a... May be better than it was before, but it's still Sunshade Row. It's no place for a king, Your Majesty. Fewer folks are hanging for nothing these days, but there's still no shortage of knaves who will die at the end of a rope here. As long as there's injustice, there'll be people who who think it gives them a free pass, which means there'll be gallows. As here change the law, big and small. I'll hold my post here, hoping that next year's better rather than worse. You know what's crazy? We started the game here. Like when we first walked into this city, it was like the first place we ran into. I didn't really check it out that much. Like the surroundings. It was pretty cool though. Hey, hello. Oh, my bad. I didn't know you could bump into people in this game. What the heck? What? I never knew that was possible. I got 80 hours in this game and I've never done that. Okay. Okay, it's not working for them, but...
Yo.
Hey, out inspecting again. Seems the right pain to me, but I appreciate you going into all the effort. Making your rounds of Basilio?
Hey.
Yeah, Captain of the Trading Brigade reported in, and I'm pleased to report that it's nothing to report, Your Majesty, so I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, ain't it? Still not used to calling myself a captain. Besides, we've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know, but don't you worry. I've got 2 eyes on him, even if I ain't looking. Way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I think gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? Gotta owe it to you. That there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer to fewer are turned into a life of crime to make ends meet. Dell could see Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out. Not just Dell. A lot of the guys who didn't make it. Vinka.
Yeah.
You remember him. Those damn experiments trapped him in dimensions he couldn't see past, but I feel he even might smile seeing what I'm up to now. We built this place with a lot of blood and tears, so I say those of us who made it this far owe a lot of what didn't do to protect it. Wow, I can't read. Maybe I've got none to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now. You've been through a lot though, so thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. Spawn any trouble that I didn't spot first. You just point me at it, I'll solve it quick, like... Yeah, no. We kinda bodied like all we got bodies on bodies on bodies to get to this point. We lost friends and we killed a lot of guys, not gonna lie. We killed a lot of guys. Well, I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I want to break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over much, They all take the duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Bah, who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth, as become clear to me since becoming titled. To be more bizarre, UGG outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, being knight commander. There was of course some opposition at first, but the more heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. Times are changing.
True.
Indeed, grand titles and posts across the nation are held by all matters of tribe now, each contributing with their respective strengths. I realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people, no matter how great a king he alone is not a country to make.
However.
Okay. Yet he stands for those very people, as symbol and representative, that the king and those around him are of mixed tribes. It has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in rural villages. How's Tadari?
Now that you mention it.
Yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle, now that they've resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired that village to greater heights, proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son and see the changes for myself soon enough. Someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict, war, or tribal differences from history books. We have a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it, Your Majesty.
This place has really changed. Alright then.
Alright, let's keep on walking. See, you can bump into people. I did not know that. Either Louis Norfolder took the crown. It was Noda of all people. Guess our bets were completely off the marks. Yeah, well, something stinks about it. Magic was at work, so who knows? And did you hear the rumor? They're saying those think humans are our ancestors. Nothing but crazy stories since the new king took the throne. Oh yeah, the king held it together this year, but who knows if he'll last another. Well, Elda, you really became king. Hey, king. King, oh, king. Oh, ha. Oh, look, they have little tooth humans right there. No littering, no graffiti. Okay, well, clearly someone isn't following the rules. And no carriages around here. That's you. Why, Your Majesty, surely your kingliness has no further need of my paltry sums for your mag. Besides, I hear the Mage Academy has been restored. Is it true anyone of any status can attend? Original magic. They're trying to end reliance on igniters. Only a matter of time till accumulators like this are obsolete then. I think that's great personally. It's probably about time to shut this operation down anyway. Not that I expected an United Consortium would let it go without a fight. Lycon would stand with you, of course, but they're not infallible yet either. Oh, it's you. Oh, Your Majesty. Running around Sunshade Road at this time of year must have some very particular tastes. Perhaps you've heard there's unrest across the land as the oppressed are rising up in revolt against their oppressors. Or perhaps that news hadn't reached your walled garden here in Grand Trad. History books may not be kind to this era. I mean me, right? Goodness, you truly are dense. Don't you realize how your dangerous ideologies become the spark of new threats? The dimwit of the world only fan the flames with their anxiety. Be it people or monsters, to be dissatisfied is in our nature. What the heck? Collection. Oi, oi, been a while, no? You must remember it. I'm Sergeant Collection the Great. Oh! I remember. Well, you see, that's the thing. End of the year is the perfect time for a flagon, eh? Then again, every day is the perfect time for a flagon. But you know, I've been trying to cut back, actually. When we lost Fidelio, God rest his soul, drinking was the only thing that kept me going mad. Certainly couldn't follow Luis after that, so leaving the carriages was sound. But it's still hard for a parapet to find decent work, drinking my life away, it seemed. I assume all of us from Luis' side who survived would have been sent straight to the gallows, but let us join the brigade. Well, real generous of you. Not sure I would have fit in anywhere else, speaking plain, plus, with old Basilio in charge, be feeling right at the throne, I mean at home. Now I'm back to drinking for the fun of it. I owe it all to you, your majesty. You're alright. Are we just gonna let this dude slack? Oh, actually. He's like he's like twice our height. I remember, it took me a second, but I remember that dude. We fought him in the carriages. Oh, hey, it's you. Hey, your majesty. Listen to this. We just had a guest at the store claiming to be the chief of Etria. He said he wanted ingredients for the withering potion they use on the island, and how should I put this? I'm sorry, village chief. He's rather, easy on the eyes, what did you say? Wait, sorry, forget about that. I swear I had a point. I want to tell you that all sorts of people come visit now, and I enjoy doing business now more now than I ever did before. He came around? Oh yeah, we kinda had to buy that withering potion for him last time, right? Do I have to Grand Trad? Even though Louis died, my dad still wasn't happy because my mom died and she can't come back. But you know, Mr. King, I've been cooking instead of my mom, and I've been trying really hard. I'm happy to be with my dad, so next year I'm gonna work harder than ever. My mom is watching me from the sky, isn't she? Just like your dad, Mr. King. Oh yeah, my dad is dead. This dude. Yeah, we fought him too. I remember you. I whooped all of you. What? You're the bastard. Oh, it's been a while anyway. Bastard, was it? I apologize for my impertinence, Your Grace. I was once known as Sergeant Xanth, though I suppose that title carries a little weight nowadays. After losing to you, my own men turned on me and threw me to the... Hold on, I have something covered my screen. To the Oceanic Sea. Really? It's crazy. Awful as all that was, looking back, those events saved my life. I've heard that all those who went with Luis to the royal palace in the sky never returned. Oh shit. Yeah, they all died. A world where power is everything. I suppose that would be hell. After all, I never thought you would ever inspire me to realize anything. Yet here we are. Now I'm spending my days doing charity work as a member of the brigade under Chief Magnus. But I'll never give up on making my way up in the world on my own merits. Matter of fact, I was invited to participate in the Coliseum's games in Browhaven. While working with the brigade, I helped a nobleman who put in a recommendation for me. It's a brave new world, isn't it? Give me a year and I'll make sure people know the name Xanth. As a fighter that electrifies the audience. Yeah, I whooped all of you, by the way. Like, it was actually easy peasy and squeezy. Okay, can I move again? Thank you. What happened to all the merchants? Oh, wait, I go with Beetle. Give me that. Excuse me, aren't you an Elder? Please don't take it that wrong way, I'm just curious. Those three are Elder too, aren't they? I wonder if perhaps you knew them or something. All Elder to know each other, clearly. Oh, I knew it. I mean, I know the king is Elder, but isn't it strange that you've never seen others in town? I saw that group gazing at the Grand Cathedral, and I thought, oh, maybe it's their first time in the city. Is that incredible? That elderly lady in the middle is floating, for heaven's sake. Is this some sort of uniter? Couldn't be, then how? Oh, and the other woman's clothes are so beautiful. That's what I was saying, we can't find clothes like that in Grand Trad, can we? Something just so incredibly charming about them. Do you think I should try talking to them? Oh, it's the guy's part of the resistance, huh? Oh, right there. Okay, there's you. And then there's the old guy, Russell. Russell, you're here! Oh, Elka! And your highness as well. But there's no letter. There's fuck. But it's no longer your title, is it? Excuse my impertinence, your majesty. Still, knowing that the New Year's celebrations were just around the corner, couldn't resist returning to the capital to see how the kingdom was faring. Has it been kind to you? Indeed, I need only look upon their smiling faces to see that the city feels alive again. It seems as though the citizens are free to choose their own paths. I must say, I never imagined that I'd return here without all the cloak and shadow. I owe a great deal to the work of Lady Juna. To think I'd be able to see Grand Trad with His Highness sitting openly among the throne. How says, are you seeing this as well? We've got a long way to go, but I know Grace will be watching. I should tell you, a sizable number of the villagers in the sanctum have gained an interest in the outside world. I've been acting as sort of the bridge. Seems this doddering old fool has found a new role, to find the middle ground for those who wish to preserve tradition and those who seek innovation. I couldn't think of a better man for the job, Russell. I'm sure he'd be great help for the village. I have fought so long to save this country, but seeing all these smiling faces now, I think perhaps I'm the one being saved. This is a country that protects its people, and the people shape the country in turn. Surely that's the world His late Majesty wished to see. Not to simply chase the idea of a utopia, but to shape it with our own hands. We have a long way to go, but I trust you'll continue to make this country stronger, Your Majesty. Alright, there's a floating woman. You know, I probably wouldn't have noticed these guys if that one lady didn't mention it. Hey, what up? Lady Grude? Ah, it's been I forgot. You know, I forgot the Elda all have American accents, while everyone else has different European accents. It's been quite some time, hasn't it, Wilbur? You've matured a great deal in the short years since I last saw you. Rumors of your rule have reached even the sanctum. Some are kinder than others. Taking the reins of a runaway country must have its share of difficulties. Your face tells me as much. The frail child who could do little more than lie on the brink of death has come so far. Goodness, tears have come so easily with old age. I'm surprised you're here. Same here. It's a strange feeling to see a Grand Trad, Lady Grude. I received a rather forceful invitation here, you see, from one of your friends, the girl named Juna. Goodness knows how many times she's already come to visit the sanctum, seeking instruction on magic. Some of the villagers are rather smitten with her. Oh, she declared that if I would have feel welcome coming to Grand Trad, she would have a highway built directly between the capital and the sanctum. Oh, Juna, she probably would. So there you have it. Now the Wilbert, or rather King Wilbert, the 1,000-year seclusion of the Elder Tribe may soon come to an end under your guidance. And yet the journey ahead of you will be hard. The dreams you hope to achieve will feel just out of reach. So do stop by and show your face around our forest sometime. Your mother cannot do so herself, but I can whip some of your favorite dishes in her spirit.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Oh, there.
I used to buy stuff from you. Oh, Your Majesty. I heard from Fabienne, you know? About how you still take time to pop into the honeybee now and then. That's not very kingly of you, but that's what makes you so trustworthy. Please do keep treating Fabienne and Maria well, for Grace's sake too.
I love it.
Katharina, what are you doing here? Oh, Your Majesty, I was wondering who you might be. I see you're still fond of wandering these parts like always. I get it though. I do love the night market myself, until last year that is, and I began to hate it. No thanks to Louise. It was truly a terrible situation all around, and yet somehow things have recovered. I have high hopes that it will be better than ever. Dang! I forget how tall y'all are. Well, if it isn't Your Majesty, hello there. Even I don't have the pluck to try selling water to the king, especially considering sales are up. We've got customers from across the tribes now. Although I'm guessing people were just avoiding a Parapet's own shop before. What up? Oh well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good tiding, mate. I just got back into town myself. A long time no see. Ain't it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers Recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ships get too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different. My head spins. Makes all the tribal bickering seem dull if I can't speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you. You turned it over? Did you? Yeah, and you do right by the parapet, so I bowed out early to give you a fighting chance. Just kidding. All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long. But don't you worry, kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up in a report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, will it? Yeah? Whose carriage is this? Is that a stroll? Oh, I forgot, they got you all dripped out now. Let's go game about the city again, aren't we? Which is to say, Hulkenberg is on a hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though. Who was which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. Should I be more pretentious? Forgive me, I'll try to act like more like a pretentious kid from now on. Huh, this rich, all that royal blood in you is positively wasted, my friend. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are we to do with you? Dang, bro. Now that I can talk, I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times. But there are lives hanging on in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make. I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives. Remember, our first meeting back at the recruitment center, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you were struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead, and people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions. I certainly couldn't have saved the Hollians. I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit.
No.
I would still want my credit. Any credit I could take to you for showing me the way is to live a stable, peaceful life thanks to you. You have a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way. Now blaze the trail now and always. It's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always. How is you? Learn how brittle pieces, and as well as preciousness of life, loss. A piece of you regained could be lost again. We must remain vigilant.
Wonderful. I love it.
Oh, this is another one of the guys we beat. Salva. Well, if it isn't His Majesty, the Captain of the Royal Guard was looking for you. As a former guard captain of the carriages, perhaps I should report your whereabouts? Can't deny that. I'm just giving you a hard time. Give me a hard to shake old habits, despite the fact that I'm Captain Salva of the State Army now. I parted ways with Louis shortly before his runner made for the Skyborn Royal Palace. When I saw the horror that Zora had become, I knew the world he wanted was no world of mine. Okay, so everyone on the runner basically died. I thought I found my place in Louis' private forces after being disgusted by the shameless corruption of the Royal Army, but the true intentions were worse than I could imagine. So General pulled me back in. He said my experience leading a force of mixed tribes would be valuable. I'd only taken a job in hopes of atoning, so it's a strange twist to serve with pride in the State Army I once attested. Still, I wonder why he bothered with us. Oh, what up, Barden?
That's something.
What an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards for you today? Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing, convened for the new year. How are things in Martira? That'll be good, hopefully. Oh, it's as lively as it used to be. We owe it all to you, Your Majesty. That dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, there's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns as employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my feelings so others don't repeat my mistakes. Things are alright now?
But of course.
Indeed they are. The townspeople play an active role in policy and administration. I'm not bearing that weight alone. Of course, some lords are like I was once and would rather manage things as a result of discretion than leave things to the people. And yet, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious. With all the proceedings and disputes, still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king of our own, well, was all inspiration we needed for change. Let's go in here. I remember, this is where we got recruited. You know? It's like nice old nostalgia. I don't have any bounties for you, Your Majesty. We've been at peace for a while thanks to you, and we're dealing with things one step at a time. Oh, Your Majesty, it's an honor. I've only recently been assigned to my post at the recruitment center, so... Actually, I was sorting through enlistment records from 2 years ago and was surprised to find a certain signature. That's right, Your Majesty's signature, and General Stroll's as well. I was quite surprised to discover that the two of you had met here, to think that they deployed a future king in the army. Horrifying. Oh yeah. Yo, this is so nostalgic. Takes me back like 6 months, bro. I started this game 6 months ago. I'm lost. How do I get out of here? Look at the bounty board.
Alright then.
Oh, Your Majesty. It's been quite some time since we met, but I've never forgotten you. You were a young Hilda about town from the recruitment she sent me to the mausoleum. I watched from the shadows. There are still times where people hurl abuse on me for being Mastari. However, thanks to Your Majesty, I can run my business with pride. Just goes to show that it's going to take time to eliminate prejudice like that. We gotta keep at it. Oh, it's you. Oh, if it isn't Your Majesty, it's been a year since you've ascended the throne, and a quick one at that. Feels like the strife of Louis was but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been wringing my hands about one so young leading the kingdom, but now I'm embarrassed to have thought of it. You had a king and I to recognize the danger Louis posed, and are braver still to have fought him. You had a kingly caliber I never truly possessed. Still, a single year is but a drop in a proverbial bucket. Stay vigilant, king. Are we gonna fast travel to other places, or are we just staying in Grand Tread?
Ain't this a pickle?
Wonderful.
Oh, there he is. I was looking for him. Yeah.
Hey.
Hello there, Your Majesty. It's great to see that you're doing as well as ever. I've just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I also appreciate your teachings in various areas where their opportunity arises. Many still push back against such teachings, but that's perfectly fine. The country is well served by different perspectives. Many of the villagers have come around to this too, you know. I think that's because you all face such danger on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Uchronia. Its history is embedded deep in its roots. The country is larger, and some people will need all the power you have. The true test of your values has only just begun. Are you serving the city incognito, Your Majesty? Your escorts would be aghast. Not that I think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you are aware, faith in the church plummeted after our misdeeds were exposed. I admit, we were arrogant and unjust, wicked and custom, but people have found salvation to their church as well. I intend to restore the saints' church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. I like that they're not just portraying it as straight up wrong and evil, because that's what it felt like in the beginning of the game, that the saints' church and their whole beliefs are just wrong. But this is cool. As Saint Diarch, and as someone who was saved by the saint's faith myself, that is all I can do to return the favor. You're so chopped. Who is it? Oh, Yufa. Have we seen her in her new outfit yet? Working hard as ever, Wilbur. Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I've just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate.
Well,
shouldn't Chief Magistrate delegate such tasks? That's quite a question I shall throw right back at you, Your Majesty. As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial. I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in a court, be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. My brother is making great strides as a village chief. He had rather hated the role before, but truly found his calling, I think. As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society where that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime, so I practice that I preach. The other day, I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. Is Ovi doing well? Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Kingdom made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Tell them the only help those people had was God. I want to fight for them to have options under the laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need. You aim to achieve that too, yes? Your Majesty, I hope you allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Battling. Day 1. Well, hello there, Your Majesty. As laid back as ever, I see. I myself has been crying like a baby, for I find my position as chairman of Parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Still, I consider these open to all parliamentary meetings. Compiling all those options is indeed hard work. Work well worth doing. It won't be easy for those who are at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they turn a blind eye to, at least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without getting to authority. That's what my father and I wish for, a true and proper town crier. This country turned over a new leaf, but there are still many problems to work out. It seems the royal regions are still suffering from human havoc. All I'm saying is we've a long way from utopia, but still, the first step is important at last, and we're taking big ones. Where else can we go? Where's oh, Brigida's here too. Oh, there's another soldier I beat up. Dang. The last time I went to the bench to look at the view was like ages ago in the game. That's crazy. Sheesh. Hey. I'm relieved that the royal palace has returned to its original location. Even now, there's people who hardly believe that it was flying about, making its way around the entire kingdom. I saw it with my own eyes. I witnessed the moment the red light, but then the king's eyes vanished and the palace returned to the gouge that land was pulled from. Oh, excuse you. What's the word, Your Majesty? It's one question, if I may. When are you gonna lower the booze prices in the country? I'm only caught in yet. And I felt much like drinking until I black out so often anymore. After I entered the tournament, I really went through some stuff. I was acting a fool on the world stage and to you too. I'm grateful, you know? Can't speak for the rest of the country, but you've done right by us parapets. We've got it better than Lara did. Some chuckleheads out there still try to take their aggression out on us, but they're just venting, probably. I'm sure you'll do something soon enough. Where's Brigida? Heck yeah. The king himself out, browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Okay. Anything you'd recommend? One igniter in particular, in fact, though I'm afraid we all sold out at the moment. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner than the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented. Let's focus on the present.
Yes.
Indeed. I can dwell on the past all I wish, but I won't change it. The future, on the other hand. I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me and that I too am spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed his country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world. It's all the more reason I hope the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can with all that I am, just as you do. Yes, you remember my dog. I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, wait, they didn't kill her? Good, oh my god. Okay. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so I decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I commit in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Your Majesty, it's been some time since you graced us with your presence. What side of Relander may I help you with this time? I jest. I know that's not why you're here. As you can see, it is thanks to you that the Lycon Magic Association has been able to continue its business. Our king has shown us what magic ought to be. Humans and other threats still stalk the land, so igniters and their power remain an indispensable asset of retaining their country. All this talk of original magic that doesn't rely on igniters is going to take some time to make it viable. We will continue to produce igniters with pride, helping to bridge this area for the next. Sheesh, man.
Alright then. Where to?
Okay, yeah, we can fast travel. I'm actually kind of happy because it makes my job exploring a lot easier. Hello there, Your Majesty, the King. I still remember that night in the city when I first laid eyes on you. The evening of the royal funeral. It's the first time I'd ever seen someone from the Elder tribe, and I immediately knew that there was something special about you. And I'd say I was right on the money, eh? And Elder, the King's tribe, won't catch anyone bad-mouthing them now, not openly anyway. What do you think about the current King? In my opinion, he's a victim of the last one. I'm the King. If you think about it, he used the royal magic to put the whole kingdom in chaos, and that's what caused Luis's rebellion. Oh, he's talking about the... Wait. Okay. Luis's rebellion in the first place was the real root of all evil here. I lost a good number of friends to it all. I could have bring myself to mourn to death at the last king. Still can't. Yeah, nearest. Just chilling out here, next to the gauntlet runner. Ho ho ho, it brings his royal majesty here. Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I have the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau. Long freaking name. KIDB. KIDB. And can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way I do. I know how you feel. I knew you agreed that my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner. Not that I'm grateful for the gracious title you've given me to a man who used to skulk about, modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your patio plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development. A side like this, I need stimulation of the mind. Have anything that might do the trick? Do I smell another relicon? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so much traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they become the guiding principles of my research, you know. Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all. Still, it's no small feat to design with the perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it. I'm a bally genius. I knew it, but I needed a stimulation. Look, Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Or our dear old girl, sparkling clean and always ready for takeoff. I still remember the day I met you last year, Your Majesty. I thought you had a kind heart, bothering to listen to old man's folktales. I remember this guy. Yeah, a sincere young man loved by fairies, find happiness. Folktales aren't just tired, old stories for dreamers. I'd say they have the power to tell the future sometimes, though maybe that's giving them a little too much credit. Now, who's this? It's Royal Majesty the King. What's brought you to my little dive? Come to think of it, I said some rude things to you last year. Told you to keep your elder head down. No hard feelings? Tribal quarrels haven't quieted down at all. Might even be worse now that everyone's equal in the eyes of the law. Sometimes fists just need to fly. It's not like it was back when the sky was red and blood and death was everywhere. In fact, it's amusing to see new faces around here. It's a good change, I think. Oh, it's you. Ah, Your Majesty, what fortune to bump into you at the end of the year like this. If there is anything my humble personage may be able to do for you, Your Radiance, I am at your service. Say but one glorious word and I shall most happily. Okay, laying on a little dig, aren't we? It's that forked tongue that got you in trouble last time. You hear me? One wrong move and I'm turning you over to Basilio. Gotta turn your life around. Of course. Okay. I think we're about done. Oh, Juna. Where's Juna?
Let's go.
Wait, actually, let me go on the gauntlet real quick. Hey, it's gonna be the last time we're here. Makes me nostalgic now, thinking of the strategy beneath we once had.
Alright.
Yeah, let's use the toilet. One last time.
Right.
I can't shower. Oh man. Maybe not now. Okay, they're just gonna be like, nah. Okay, you're just gonna say maybe not now each time. Okay, yeah, I'm out. Where's Yuna?
What now?
My king.
I'm sure he hasn't changed a bit. Maybe I should go see what she's doing. That new hat kind of fits her. That big old forehead.
My king.
Oh, there you are, Wilbert. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary from me soon. Bring any souvenirs?
Gosh.
Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you just the gist. Firstly, the Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we've already processing emissions. I must say, I'm so surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, and shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped them up in the Academy as well, please. Is that the cat? Is that... Oh yeah, that's Moore's cat. During the reconstruction, they stumbled upon a little guy in some kind of observatory supposedly used by a king long ago. Oh, so that's what academia is. Considering the igniters around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat can survive alone at the cold, could he? Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to the Academy, all that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. What? It may even be hiding secrets as big as a dragon temple or to sink them. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know? And speaking of fate, on my back, I met up with Mitress. Oh, the girl. She's a well I trust?
Yeah.
More than well. Her throat has been fine and she's fairly a prominent singer now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her in music and me coming face to face with magic again. Surely you remember music, the first magic born into the world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others. And when they make hearts, well, there's no end to the magic. So just you watch. With music and magic on my side, I'm going to change the world. All with equal opportunity to whole new talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's for my sister what I've wanted, and it makes the world a better place. Why isn't it just grand? Real taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us and deep in our hearts. Can I pet you? Wait a second, isn't that the cat from Academia? If that place was made of magic, how's it here in real life? Say nothing of how he could have survived in a deserted ruin buried in the snow. That shouldn't be possible, right? I just think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
And yet, he's never stopped looking cute. Doesn't bother you at all? Sure, it's something else. The memory serves that the last king did build himself study in the Mage Academy. Do you think Academia was stalled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty, what Moore felt when he put his little guy in Academia. Okay, I think we're about done. One last guy. I used to meet his old Clamar here. Died about a year ago in the riots. He was so full of himself, always telling me that I was wrong. But you know what? Most other Clamars wouldn't have even bothered speaking with a paraphrase like me. That man actually treated me like a person. He was gruff, mean bastard, no question about it. But he wasn't a bad person by any means. And me, I suppose I was fond of him. Yeah, I like their little conversations. Now that he's gone, I miss him. Dang. Oh my! Has His Majesty come to have his fortune told? Oh, I jest, of course. I believe you become acquainted with the chief of Ria. I was able to speak with him for just a moment. He's a truly outstanding figure in both ability and insight. As a fortune teller, I still have much to learn. Alright, let's go, talk to Maria now. Wait. Is there dialogue with Fabian? Give me a second.
Let's head there right away.
Wrong area. Hold up. I went the wrong place.
Alright, let's head there right away. Thanks.
Ah, brilliant.
The corpses and people crashing next to them alongside Sunshade Row seems to have cleared out lately. Frightful thing, really. They seem terrified of something themselves, maybe anxious just to look at them. They hope they're feeling like themselves again. It'd be nice if I think they found their happiness somewhere out there. Yeah, there used to be a bunch of dead bodies out here. Still can't believe it. No matter how many times I see it, the king walking out to the honeybee. This is pretty much back to how it was compared to this time last year. If Louis had ended up king, who knows where he'd be now. There was a whole church and nonsense. Nobody could keep their mouth shut while that was going on. As far as a damn fool like me was concerned, a whole lot of you might as well have been telling the truth. You and Louis were just two sides of the same coin. Take no offense, will ya? Not that I can tell a lie from the truth if I tried. Yeah, I want to go talk to Fabienne. To think that the king of our country would sneak over to my tavern without so much of a single bodyguard with him. You never changed, do you? But the city hasn't changed either. Sunshade Row isn't as safe as one might hope it would be under your rule. Still, why don't you pay Maria a little visit before you head back to the palace? I'll definitely make her day.
Cheers.
Well, if it isn't His Majesty in the flesh, visiting the honeybee again, quite the whimsical one, aren't you? I still need someone to covertly sniff around in order to supply you with information, but I must say, it was a pleasure doing business with you. You understand why Alonzo likes you so much. Damn. Damn. One day, Fabienne.
Hey?
Alright. Oh, shoot.
What now? Alright.
Yeah. Let's talk. Head over to Maria. I can't overstate how miserable things were because of Louis, but I then ended up fleeing. Perhaps maybe seeing your Majesty fight started a sense of duty within me. Well, there are still many who don't approve of you, but I shall do my part to protect the country you lead. My duty as a soldier. Of your country, nothing but the best over the coming year.
Hello.
Oh, it's you. Oh, your Majesty, it's an honor to meet you at this most auspicious time of year. I know I was quite devoted to Louis at one point. His power was overwhelming and alluring. Don't worry about it. As generous as your kind, it's hardly an atonement, but I'll at least try to be straight with you from now on. Not to bring down a mood, but I wanted to mention I sense something familiar among your supporters. I recognize it because I was the same way. In their eyes, you're a hero who conquered the monstrous Louis. They entrusted you with authority because of your power and in your desire to be at peace. Let's assume that the people have expectations not of your ideology, but solely of your power. King or not, failing to see the difference may imply consequences. Please take it from someone who erred in his ways. The people of this country have not recovered from the arrest, and when they do, alright, I'm gonna go around one more time and see if there's any dialogue, but... Whoa. Oh, it's this lady. I donated to her. Oh, it's you. Thanks to your contributions, our work fighting against discrimination is slowly getting attention. That's the new king, Isolda, but people from every tribe in key positions is also probably a major factor. So we can't expect to end something so deeply rooted with the snap of our fingers. We're going to keep doing our best to support those who suffer. My, if it isn't His Majesty, you always were partial to Sunshade Row, weren't you? Now you've probably had a chance to win that throne of yours, but the people here are as poor as they've ever been. Money's the only way anyone gets around. It was big news that the major academy reopened to anyone, but think about it, only the rich can travel up the mountain. Sorry, I shouldn't talk to you about politics. That's the new year to ring in. Looking forward to a more relaxing new year without all the frantic work. Happy New Year yourself, Your Majesty. Might be king, but nothing will change. You forget about me, you forget I was even here. I'll help all who need it. Help you say. Been saying that a lot, haven't you? I've been watching you for a while, for a long time, here in the corner of the city. I hate people who see a parapet like me with no place to go and pretend to see nothing. Don't forget that. Oh, you already talked to this dude. What the heck? I've seen rumors of the king running about in Sunshade Row were true. Huh, I have no intention of prying now. Thanks to your besting Louise, I could keep running my shop. I was sure I could with the sky turning red there. Not sure I could take another war. What worries you? Nothing in particular. Didn't say that because I think it'll happen. It's that nothing ever goes quite the way you think it will, eh? A lot of people worry people will want weapons, so I guess I'll be in business a good while longer. You ain't wrong about that. He is not wrong about that. Let's move on out.
Ain't this a pickle? Ain't this a pickle?
Nelda, wait, aren't you His Majesty the King? Why would you be in a place like this? Nope, wrong, Nelda. Psh, so you say. Just because the King's in Nelda doesn't mean anyone can accept it, you know. That would see less of that kind of stuff, but I guess we couldn't expect prejudice against Nelda to disappear overnight. Oh, it's this guy.
Yes, hello.
To think that you, of all people, would end up becoming a king, I never expected it. But I tell you one thing, wax poetic about your ideals all you want, but when it comes to protecting country, only power suffices. People don't all approve of a dreamer king. Who are you? What? You don't even remember my face. Bloody hell, this is why you... God, never mind, I'll spare you for today. I worked silently for a year and still accept you as my king. Your ideals and no power, seems the king before you. You know, I remember, there was a candidate that was probably expecting to fight us, but I never really did it. Because I don't think I was able to find them or travel to them. Can't slack off on guarding the magma accumulator just because the country's at peace. Rather, that's precisely why we can't. If even mag dust like this can be abused, we could have another riot in our hands. Power that shakes the world will breed new ambition. Hard to be optimistic about this new regime. Alright, man. Can't believe the owner of this sweet gauntlet runner ended up as king. But help me come to a decision. In the new year, I'm going to go see even more gauntlet runners. Hiya, boss. Oh, dang. I suppose I shouldn't be speaking to you so casually, huh? Then again, we were rivals, weren't we? And Caden Workshop, the official workshop of the Palace Engineers now. Not that it's here nor there. Besides, I'm glad you got the crown. Still, lots of humans out there. You have to deal with them. And you'll need a gauntlet runner to get them. Caden Workshops. Thanks you for your patronage. Your Majesty, do you have something you need with the gauntlet runner? All's well here. If it's not overstepping, might I tell you something I've always wanted to say? You remember a long time ago when Luis dropped that human on the city? I was actually assigned to duty at the Grand Cathedral that day. The state army was in complete disarray, and us soldiers were absolutely terrified. But it was the rumors about you that kept us afloat in these dark times, Your Majesty. I couldn't go a day without hearing someone insult the lesser tribes, and here comes this group led by some Elder fighting through the cathedral with no regard for their lives. If you'd only known how much tales of your heroism and courage gave to the guards that day, I couldn't thank you then, so please allow me to do so now. You truly are a hero, King, Your Majesty. Alright, I think that's everything. Dang, it's already been a whole hour just going through straight dialogue. Alright, Maria. It's been a while. Let's go though. I think we've heard all we can from people. Should we head to where Maria is? Let's go see her. Being here sure brings back memories. You remember how we came here late from Maria before the tournament for the throne? She was crying back then though. She's happy now. Could say that again. This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there'll always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. You can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, you're the one putting it in ink. That means we're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Majesty, shall we get going? Long freaking road. I'm so used to it being covered up by, like, you know, the rocks and destruction. Oh, hey, Maria.
Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better
This reminds me of when we first
place.
talked
Enjoy
back in the
hands with
cathedral.
one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
A place where I ought to be. Inside of myself, I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Yes, I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her.
You have a yellow turtleneck? I just peeped that.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there? Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right. The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There'll always be more to do and learn beyond its walls. Are we ever gonna have like situations with other countries?
A year ago,
Because I forget that there's other countries in this game.
fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
There he is! Over there! See? I told you that's His Majesty, innit? Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Steady on,
Oh.
Bird, calm. You needn't draw
He's always so strict on everything.
We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day. But we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon.
That's crazy. They bodied every single dragon in the game.
Full of surprises.
Right.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing.
I guess the journey is really a metaphor for. Fuck, I fucked up the joke. I don't even know what it's for.
I will see it crested.
This is a metaphor for all the friends. We had all the fun times we had with our friends. Dang. Some days later. Yo, this new like transition is so like weird to see.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
Oh, whoa, okay.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I don't care to be kingly. That's less important than doing what I need to do.
You're not even concerned? Can't you take this a little more seriously?
Never the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point back. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized, so I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, Don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
I'm glad to hear that, but will that be all right?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. The support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year, 'tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh?
Hey, this is the OG party.
It's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay.
This is the OG
Can
crew.
we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Right then, let's go.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind.
It was like at the beginning of the game.
Is fantasy a powerless creation?
This one.
A timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him.
Wilbur?
That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope.
Here, the real world.
And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
You're welcome, more. Or the king. Ah, man, where are we?
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
Oh, you snuck on? What the heck?
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Oh, they all snuck on.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow.
Oh, you brought her along too? Oh yeah, she's always wanted to see, like, the stuff.
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
Is that the end? Credits? No! The last time we gotta hear this monk chanting in our ears. Character designer Shigenori Sojima. And then Shoji Meguro. My bad. Yo, this track is hitting, oh my god. Ooh, what is that ugly looking dude? Oh wait, it actually looks like they're like raiding a village, dude. It's supposed to be like all the violence from humans. You can see the UGF. And then some Ishkia, I think. Some more stuff. The king, yo, he's got his whole like feet spread out. Do you see that? Oh yeah, we've seen this before. This track is hitting, oh my god. Yo, genuinely, I think Metaphor, ooh, is it a contender for my favorite? Nah, because Persona 3 is still my favorite, it's still my favorite Atlas game, actually. It's just still my favorite game in general. And, yeah, this is definitely like a close second. So all the Atlas games I played so far, Persona 3 Reload, Metaphor at second, then Persona 4 Golden, and then I have Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, I started that a while ago, but I kind of dropped it so I could play this game because this is more new and I haven't been, and it's like I don't know anything about it, so it's like it's a better experience. The gameplay, dude, this is definitely like the best gameplay out of all the games though. Like the combat is so much fun. Like doing the overworld stuff, like being able to like dodge, like being able to like fight normally, like a hack and slash sort of. Not really, but you know, like I don't know. But then also being able to game was just like fight normally, and then like and then actually like staggering the enemies. So when you fight, you get an advantage. Like you knock off their health, and they can't like take a turn. Dude, that's so cool. And then like once you're high enough level, you just like take out easier enemies, like in an instant. That's so cool, dude. Like that's such a good mechanic. They need to bring that for Persona 6, or just like in the rest of the titles, any of their games, because that's a good mechanic. It's fun. Art style is amazing. I mean, just look at this, bro. That's insane. The whole like brown gold-ish like moving brushes art style. Like when you go to the menu, you can see like all the brush strokes and like paint just like moving and sweating around. That's so cool, bro. This game is like artistic. I think it did win best art direction at the Game Awards, which it deserves. It's great. Yeah. You know, turns out the main character's like canon name is Will. When I first played the demo when it released, I actually gave him that name. Well, I was thinking like, you'll see like one of my videos when I played the demo. I was like, nah, I seen the main character is like he looks like a Will. He looks like a Will. I was like, you know what? I wanted to have like a little bit of fun with it. I was like, you know what? Now let's name him Wilbert. And now we got Wilbert. That's our king. That's my protagonist. That's our king. Bro. Now Wilbert's the goat. He been through thick and thin, from the trenches to king. Oh my god. Oh, whew, I pressed X. I thought I was like actually accidentally gonna skip the credits. This is so cool. The social links, dude, it kind of sucks not having voice acted social links, especially since this is the most recent game. I mean, this is probably in development before Persona 3 Reload, which introduced like fully voice acted social links. But yeah. The intro music. Anyways, yeah, it kind of sucks not having to go back to just reading the social links, but they're so most of them are decent. I feel like there's a few like man ones, and there's actually like some really good ones. I think all of them were at least like decent and above. I don't know, it was like a really mid one, like a social link I just did not care about. I think it was Katharina's. I didn't really care much, but same with Juna. I didn't really care about the whole singer plotline, but yeah, no, this is a really good game, bro. Look at this. Like introducing the game was like the whole like plotline for this game, like freaking. I love like how like so many times they teased at like the modern world being a part of this game, but actually like but it's in like the past and it got destroyed, and like this is technically the future, like a medieval like magical future, like fantastical future after the modern world got like destroyed somehow by magic and dragons. Dude, the story, this game's story is insane, and genuinely, I think this has the best pacing out of all the games. This game is only like 4 months. Usually, the Persona games are an entire year. I mean, you sort of skip usually, and like they have a couple time skips, or you like skip like 2 months or maybe, but still, it's usually like at least 9 months of playtime in there, and you know it really drags on. This is 4 months, and it feels like an entire year. It's jam packed with so much content in those 4 months. Like so much happens. We got 80 hours of playtime for us. Ooh, look at that, the Seeker archetype. We got 80, the Great Seeker Luke.
From a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Oh, that's an insane way to end it. What? Oh, okay. Oh, we got more. What's that? Oh, that's Luis's Gauntlet Runner.
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new journey now beckons. In days of eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. Peak! Oh my god. This game is so good. Coronation of the King. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over as into a new game. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions. Money, mag, versions, okay. Total play. Save clear data. Yeah, we'll put that in right here. $80 hours and 1 minute, right, right at the hour. Yo, we beat it. We finally beat Metaphor. What time is it? 4:21. We beat Metaphor ReFantazio at 4:21 p.m. Monday, June 16th, 2025. Make sure to write that one down. Yeah, no, this game is so good. Look at this menu screen, bro. Look at this menu screen. You got the protagonist silhouette and his hair flowing in the wind. You got Grand Trad. You got him and Gallica walk in the mid. Oh my god, bro. No, anyways, yo, they did the story amazing. Oh my god. Cause look at this. See, I was talking about the brushstroke thing earlier. Look at this, right? New game. Clear data. Oh, it's just a star on the end. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. See, this is my save from right here. These are from the demo, and I named them Wilbur. Look. Roll capital. Yep. This is when we first started, and then I guess this is where we ended in the Grand Cathedral, the first dungeon. And then boom, this is our playthrough. This is where we started. Traveling boy. And then boom. Yeah, switch to easy. Yeah, generally this game's fucking hard. I played on normal for a decent bit, and then I got to a point where it's like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to continue if we keep on normal. We're not gonna keep at a normal pace and do everything on our first playthrough if I play on normal. So I was just like, I'm just gonna switch to easy for the dungeons and then switch back to normal for the bosses. So it has somewhat of a challenge. Luis's boss fight, fucking difficult. I got to the very last phase. I beat the 3-headed phase, and then he comes out with a second phase, and then he comes out with extra turns, and I literally I could not attack. I only had magic items to attack. That's how I beat the first phase. And then, yeah, so like, you fucked the hell out of us, dude. What were we supposed to do? But yeah, no, yo, Luis is such a goated villain. He's up there. He's so cool. And like his whole his motivations and his like the way he carries himself, it's so cool. Like he knows so much, and like I feel like the reason, like the fact that he knows so much just makes him like seem like a threat himself, just because like, yeah, he has like access to things we don't know about. Man, yo, I look here. I'll take a dump right now. Hey, level 76. That's what we ended off as. This game is super fun. Sheesh, man. Yo, all the plot twists and reveals in this game. Yo, they faked us out though when Moore like uncovered the like academia, like it was like a stage set, and then just showed the like modern day Shibuya. That was insane. I was like, what the heck? But no, I mean the modern world still exists in the game. It's just like when Moore revealed it, it seemed like it was a separate reality, but no, it was just an illusion. But the real modern world got destroyed, and now we have this whole fantasy setting. Anyways, this is so cool. Yo, I love the thing that they did with the tribes. That like they all have different accents. The Eldons have like American accents, and everyone else is like Europeans. I don't really know European accents, so I can't really like classify or call out each one. What the heck? Is it taking us back to the intro? Anyways, as I was saying, I can't really like classify each one because I'm not good with that. I think it's a very intentional reason. Whoa, wait, what was that? Warzone? Actually, no, I already read that. I think it was very intentional that they made the Eldons American, because when you play Persona, when you get the English voice actors, it's okay. Like for the voices they do with everyone in Persona, it's always American English, and they use that to represent, and those voices represent every single character in the game. Like you're gonna get, so like when you think of it, like Americans, when okay, not literally, but like when you're translating media like Japanese to English, you're gonna get Americans for everybody. Like you're using Americans to represent all of humanity, and the fact that they made Eldons American, it makes sense, especially since Eldons are humans, technically. You know, Eldons, because they have none of the special fantasy traits. They just look like humans because they are humans, just with different names. So it's like it makes sense for them to be American to represent like all of humanity. You get it. Anyways, I talked about that before, but I just wanted to go into it again because I thought it was so cool and such an interesting choice and detail. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to yap on. If I want to talk about more, I'll talk about more, but no. Yo, Fabian, baddie, I'm so sad there's no romance in this game. The one game where we're adults and everyone else is adults, you can't romance people? What the heck? I mean, I guess because we're more focused on, of course we're more focused on being the king and all, but still. The whole plot twist with the fact that we got a voice-acted main character is so good. I love that they did that. They need to keep doing that. Yo, my problem, like for Persona 3, it could be the story could be 20 times better if Makoto Yuki, I've watched the movies and I've read the manga. I know his story. I know his plotline. I know his character. All right. I just wish they implemented him as an actual character. I don't like that we...
War is on the horizon.
I don't like that they want us to self-insert. I don't care about self-inserting. I know there's a lot of people who do that, like who self-insert themselves into the game. That's why they like it so much. But I don't care. I want an actual character, a main character. Which is why, like, it sucks because you can tell they hint at Makoto Yuki's like depression in Persona 3 and how he slowly changes. They hint at that in like a conversation with Igor at one point. It's in like the midpoint of the game, but then that's all they ever do. If they made Makoto voice acted and gave him actual story beats within the game, that would make Persona 3 like Reload 20 times better, and like with this whole story and themes, because you directly know the character, because his death like ties so much in with the themes of the game. So it would be so much better if you knew him as an actual character instead of just thinking of him as you, like, instead of just self-inserting. This is why like this game's so good, because the main character Wilbert, for me, like he has like actual like backstory and motivations, and his character like, and like his whole like character arc and like story like ties directly in with like all the major story beats. Like him with the prince, like in the beginning you think that you're just like childhood friends, and then you get the reveal that you never knew each other, and that you're just like a manifestation of the prince's like ideal like traveler and all that stuff. And then you fuse back with the prince, and you become the prince himself. Like that's insane. That's so sick, bro. That's so cool. And you couldn't have done that if it was just like it wouldn't have been as impactful if they didn't give him like actual character, like actual personality, you know? Like if Wilbur didn't have like an actual like personality and like proper backstory, like the story wouldn't have been as good without his backstory. He's great. He's a great protagonist. He's funny. Like in his voice lines, you can get. Of course, you can choose like his dialogue most of the time, but I like that there's actual mandatory, like not mandatory, you know, like forced dialogue. Like you don't choose it. Like he just talks on his own sometimes. I like that. You know, I don't need a self-insert. I'd rather have a well-done character, well-written character than just some guy I made on my own. You know. But anyways, yeah, that's like he's so like when you choose his dialogue options, you like no matter what, you still like get a hint of it still fits in with his personality, with the way he delivers it. You know, like no matter if you're being like a dick somewhat or if you're like being like cool and all, like it's still the way he delivers it, like the voice lines, it just fits in with his personality. And I think it's so good that they did that. Like they made him an actual character, and I think that's why this game is so good, because of Wilbert. I mean the gameplay and the story too, but like having Wilbert be an actual character is such a big change compared to other Atlas games I played. That just helps so much. I remember when I played a demo and I heard him like talk out loud for the first time when I chose the dialogue option. I was like, oh my god, that's sick. Anyways, this game's like this game's a 10 out of 10. This game's a 10 out of 10. Alright? This game's a 10 out of 10. You must buy it now, bro. It's so good. Anyways, hey, like and subscribe. It's summer right now. I just beat this game during the beginning of summer. I'm on summer break. I'm gonna try uploading my Persona 4 Golden series. Then I'm gonna upload this. And then I'm gonna upload this series like probably a year later, because it takes me ages to get all the videos together, edit them, and upload. And like for the Persona 3 Reload series, I uploaded it like every couple weeks, maybe a couple months. After I beat the game. And then during summer, I went on grind mode. I spent all my entire summer editing, like finding videos, editing, and uploading, and I took my entire summer to finish the series. I still need to finish uploading episode I guess too. But Yeah, so y'all might not even see the start of the series until like a year or a year and a half later. Anyways, hey, tune in next time. All right, what's up? Out.